Okay, so the print apprentice noob here is also going to move on to also include printing, well, not printing, engraving wood. And this is my new engraver. I am, I know it's a good machine. I am not happy with their support. They can't, well, not everybody can speak good English, but they speak like two-word sentences. So when you're talking to support, you can't talk to them. They respond with like a one sentence. It's not like going to Prusa, right? Like where Prusa has an online chat and they're like pretty much there 24/7, and you're talking to their engineers and they know how to talk well. They know how to be patient. They know how to be very thorough. They understand the lowest common denominator they're talking to. I'm just not happy with the support with longer. So I'm kind of on my own. So basically, I'm trying to share what I learned, obviously, with this too. Here's my Prusa. We've been doing this for a while. So one of the things I wanted to mention is this thing does not come with what's called a limit switch. And this really pissed me off. When I first set this thing up, I'm used to using a 3D printer and it's pretty foolproof. I mean, you got to tweak it to understand things and get things working, extruding well, but otherwise you don't have to worry about, the thing destroying itself, right? But on this thing, you do. So what could happen is when you're in something like Lightburn or any software where you're trying to design something or print something to this machine here, what happens is this thing, if you don't have it doesn't know where it's at. Like it doesn't, like this machine over here knows where home is, right? So it can home itself to the corner. It knows where to start. It knows the area. This thing doesn't know shit. So you have to tell it like where home is. So 0, 0, coordinates X or Y and X. You have to tell it where to start. If you don't tell it where to start, and it's just sitting, even if it's sitting here or if it's sitting somewhere else, and you drew a design, let's say in, Lightburn or something, and let's pretend this is Lightburn, right? You're in the software and you drew a design here. This thing does not know where to go. It does not know like where 200 is, unless you home it first, and you have to do that manually through the software. Like you have to go into Lightburn and you have to tell it you're starting at 0, 0, and then it knows what to do. It's if you don't tell it if you don't home it manually every time you print, what happens is this thing can just go. It hits the sides. It hits the side over here. It just goes in the wrong directions, and this starts grinding, awful grinding noise, and you're like, oh my gosh, it can ruin your motor, your stepper motor, right? So I'm not happy. I'm like, why is that not built in to a $400 freaking engraver? Like, why do I have to like spend money to get yet another module you put on your motherboard in here to get that safety mechanism to tell it not to hit the sides? I'm like, are you kidding me? So the add-on is only like 16 bucks. Not a big deal, but it's stupid that I have to sit there and I'm not working right now. Like I'm trying not to spend money, but then I have to because this thing will keep hitting the sides if I screw up in, the software and don't home it and don't, reset it right every time. And remember to have to do that, right? This module you buy, which is what is this thing called? It's a limit switch, which is a little chip you put on your motherboard in here. You probably pop this open and just plug it in. If you don't have that, you're just, I don't know. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever, like a machine like this shouldn't have any issue with this. So anyways, that is my experience with Longer so far. It's not great. I think the machine's probably great, probably. I'm sure it does a good job, right? Like, I don't think that's the problem. I think there's smart people there. They've been in business for a long time, if you look them up. But I don't know. Would I buy this again? I don't know, because the support sucks. And then there's like no, like the stuff that should be built in is not there. And it's like the basic rudimental fundamental stuff. I mean, but anyways, this is it. It comes with, some nice little pieces of wood. I also bought some, wood. I will start sharing where I buy my wood. I'm getting some tips from a friend who's done this for a long time, who sells stuff already. What else can I tell you? This is the first video, so I'll make a short of this too in a second. What else? What else? Let's turn it on. It's got a nice little graphic interface on it. What I don't like about this is that there's no USB-C. So I had to buy this long-ass cord. The Wi-Fi doesn't seem to... I don't know if Wi-Fi works very well with Lightburn software. I don't know. I still have to dig into the Wi-Fi. I don't know if it can send stuff from Lightburn to this Wi-Fi. I don't know. I read that you can't, but I'm not sure yet. So right now it's hard-coded to it's hard connected to my PC. This long-ass cable, old-ass, what is USB-B or something? I don't know what this is. It's got a slot for micro SD, so you can manually walk it over and put models in here and print. They give you a micro SD to start out with. You get a little thumb drive, but at the end of the thumb drive, at the very end of it, if you look carefully, it's got a slot for a micro SD. There's a SD card sitting right in that thumb drive. You got to pull it out. So don't throw your thumb drive away. When you get your thumb drive, be like, oh, it's a thumb drive. I'm just going to throw it away because it's useless. I was like, okay, let's just get the manuals online and just throw this thumb drive away, right? But then I looked at it, I'm like, a different video online, and the guy's like, oh, they give you a micro SD. I'm like, where? I'm like, oh, it's at the end of the thumb drive. It's right there. It's hard to see because everything's black. So don't miss that when you buy this machine. I printed this right here. Some person created a little thing you can hold your, I forgot what they call this thing. Anyways, what else can I tell you about this? It doesn't create a ton of smoke unless you're doing like deep cuts. But it will stink up your room, and it could possibly set your fire alarm off. So just be aware of that. Right now I don't have a lot of ways to get this stuff out of here. It's just one little window in the basement, and I don't know how it's going to work out when I start actually doing a lot of stuff with this. It's not covered, so I can't like put there's no cover on this one. It's a different style, right? Like these are different kind of engravers. I can't enclose it and then put like, one of those tubes that takes that and shoves it out the window or something. I can't do that. So I'm not sure. I'll figure out something and let you know what I do. But this is my new venture. I'm trying to, basically right now I'm slowed down by the fact that I have to figure out how to square this stuff. How do I lay this, this honeycomb, which again is an extra purchase. How do I line this up, right? In the middle of this bed, in the middle of this machine, between the frames. Like, how do you do that, right? I found out, I'll let you know how to do that. I figured that out. And then it's like, well, okay, great. Once it's lined up and you're drawing stuff in, say, Lightburn, and once this is lined up and you have framed it, it's called framed it in Lightburn, you can use what's called a fire button. I'll just tell you right now. You can use a fire button in Lightburn. And that fire button will make this thing go, and it'll show you a laser spot where it's going to start. A light laser spot with like a little power, right? It's not going to actually grind anything, but it's showing you where it's going to start. You can see the laser spot, right? So that way you can position this thing in the right spot to coincide with what you see in Lightburn. So that's how you kind of line that up and know that your coordinates here physically are going to line up with what's in Lightburn. So yeah, anyways, I got a lot to learn, a lot to share. So this is my new venture. Still doing this. Got an order the other day. Actually, yesterday I got an order. But my orders are still 2 to 4 a month, which doesn't give me any profit, because a lot of that stuff goes either back into more of this, or it goes into Etsy ads, which eats up that stuff really fast. So to be profitable on Etsy is very hard. You have to be patient. You have to build a lot of products. Having a lot of products out there is important. It's just, and right now everything's down on Etsy. No one's buying anything for some reason this year. Probably, I'm not even going to mention, why. I think you know why, right? What's going on with our government. So, yeah. So anyways, that is what's going on recently, and have not posted a video in a while, so I thought I would share what's going on.